Hi, this is Anonymous recording another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. This is on Game 2 of this series in the ESL Extreme Masters tournament, Warcraft tournament, between Protois and Lucifer. Um, alright, so embarrassing mistake. Last time I recorded Game 2 first by accident. It doesn't really matter when you think about it. Like, you're gonna see all the games anyway. But anyway, this is the best of 3 series. This is actually Game 1, but I'm gonna call it Game 2, and I'm gonna refer to it as Game 2. Alright? So this is Game 2, and it was played first, but it's Game 2. Alright. Glad we've got that straight. Anyway, between Protois and Lucifer, I'm going to spoil the result of the first game, which was played second, now. So, go watch that first if you don't want to hear this. Anyway, I'm going to do it now. Lucifer won that game. It was rather long and epic, and had some really nice micro by both players. For a lot of the game, Protois looked like he had the lead, but he ended up in a sticky situation with no expansion at the end, and Lucy had a Dark Ranger and silenced his Death Knight and killed his Lich twice that way. So, Protois ended up losing that. Now here's the second game, which is being played with Lucy up 1-0. Remember, you just have to imagine this is all true. Lucy's up 1-0 right now. If he wins this game, then there will be no Game 3, and Lucy will move on and Protois will be eliminated. If he loses this game, then there will be a Game 3. See, everything works out just the same way as it used to. Protois is yellow in the upper left-hand corner. This is Twisted Meadows, by the way. Lucy in the bottom right, and both players, as they did in the previous game, going Fiends. Now, yeah, I realize I'm making bald-faced lies when I say things like, as in the previous game. I don't care. Live with it. Okay. Anyway, this is Twisted Meadows for those of you who don't know. Here's what it looks like. This is the camp that most players creep first. At least most elves and humans creep first. It's a very easy orange camp to creep. It gives a lot of experience. There's one for each player. There are also mercenary camps, 2 mercenary camps, top and bottom, and 2 merchants. And there is a lab for each player. Sorry, human players often creep the lab if they're going to fast expand, but otherwise they creep the orange camp. Anyway, these are undead. Undead mirror. Yeah, you probably noticed that already. Also, if you watched the first game, which you should have, you would know that. It was Undead Mirror. Anyway, both players' Death Knights are out, and first Fiend's coming out, and we'll see what they decide to do with this. Yeah, so both players going to go creep their null camps to start out with, and that way they will get some skeletons. Okay, actually, yeah, Lucifer just got a sheep lucky, and now he's going to get some skeletons from the sheep. And so it looks like he's going to have more skeletons than Protois. Now, they haven't scouted each other yet. Okay, Lucy's skeleton just scouted Protois, and so they know they're cross-map. Now Lucy's going to go ahead and creep his orange. And Protois also going to do that. So yeah, just like last game, this is a very even match. Both players making exactly the same decisions, because after all, these are the top pros. And they've worked out their strategies very finely, and they've decided that this is the best strategy. So they're both creeping first their green null camp, and then their orange null camp. And now Protois coiling that. I guess he was worried about a coil snipe, but Lucy was not there to coil snipe it, and so Protois burned a coil needlessly. Anyway, Lucifer moving out across the map with 3 Fiends, 4 Fiends, and now Protois is creeping a Merc camp, and Lucifer just jacked him. So he's going to get some damage on the Fiends, and he's going to get... Maybe he'll get to finish... Lucifer got lucky and cornered a Fiend, but it looks like the kill actually got stolen by the creeps. So, and also, Lucifer also got unlucky. But Protois is now down a Fiend. And now his Death Knight taking a lot of damage. So Lucy getting a good creep jack in, and now being chased away, but he's going to probably come back and try and steal one of those trolls. Oh, look, he could get a troll if he wants. I think Lucy got that. Yes. No. Maybe not. I don't know who got that. I couldn't see who got that. Sorry. Well, you can decide who got that if you want to watch it again. Anyway, now Lucy coming back to finish this camp, and he'll get the other troll for sure. And then the rock golem's still there. And both players are going to fight over the rock golems. Both players are going to be attacking to tier 2. Yeah, Protois slightly ahead in his tech. And both players have put up an Arub tower in order to defend against any harass. And now there's a bit of a fight going on between the fiends, and both players simultaneously coil the fiends. Lucy's Death Knight almost getting surrounded. Protois just couldn't quite pull that off. That would have been huge. Anyway, is that a... Yeah, that's a circlet on Lucy's Death Knight, and Protois doesn't seem to have anything, and I'm not sure where Lucy got that circlet from. But probably from the orange camp. I guess whatever item Protois got, he decided it wasn't worth keeping, and sold it. So, now Lucy taking some damage on his Death Knight and being chased away by Protois, but, yeah, Protois has a few skeletons in addition to his fiend army, and that's forcing Lucy backwards. He also has a shorter resupply time, so he's got 6 fiends to Lucy's 5, and now he forces Lucy to coil his fiend, and he's chasing him away and putting some damage on those crypt fiends. Meanwhile, Protois is at very close to tier 2. Yes, he's at tier 2. He just checked to tier 3 immediately, and he's not getting anything. Okay. Not even a lich. Well, he doesn't have enough money for a lich yet. So, we'll see what he does. The armies are not doing anything at the moment. Okay, Protois... I have the feeling... I have this awful feeling I'm getting the colors backwards, because I think they were opposite in the last game. Am I right? I don't actually remember what they were in the last game. But this is Protois anyway. And Protois was slightly ahead of his tech. I was right. I was not getting the colors wrong. Anyway, Protois just finished off that rock golem. And now, Protois getting an extra ziggurat and his lich. Okay. Meanwhile, Lucy, with also an immediate tech to tier 3 and a lich. And both players will have liches at the same time. Lucy now creeping his merc camp, and he will get that rock golem uncontested. And, alright, Protois is creeping one of the goblin merchants. And, okay, getting level 3 by this goblin merchant. And let's see what item he gets. Oh, Scourgebone Chimes. That's really useful with an all-fiend army. It gives you a vampiric aura that only works on melee units. So he's probably going to sell that. He would be stupid not to sell that, I would say. Anyway, Lucy, seeing that his opponent has creeped the merchant, thinks about creeping his own merchant, but realizes that his opponent is right there watching him. So, he turns around and tries to drive Protois off first. And, let's see how this goes. Okay, he's going to focus that fiend. Oh, nice. He nuked it before the coil hit, so the coil was... He not only got the fiend killed, the coil was wasted. Now Protois with a Wand of Mana stealing some mana, but... I don't know, the damage has sort of already been done. He lost that fiend and a coil, and that's a pretty big... I mean, one of those by itself would not be so huge, but both of them together would be pretty severe. And now that Lich still with, despite the mana stealing, still with enough mana to Nova again, he's going to get it. Lucy's going to get another fiend kill out of it. And so, Lucy taking a pretty commanding victory in this battle, and now he's just surrounded another fiend, and he's going to be able to kill that. No, he's not, because it gets coiled. And he has to move his own fiend out to break this around. So, Lucy managing to keep his fiends alive, not getting any more kills though. So he's just going to have to settle for what he got there with those Novas. And Protois' Novas not being nearly as effective, and I guess Lucy just timed his better. And now Dark Ranger for Lucy, he just bought it right there at the tavern. And he's going the same strategy as he did last game. Anyway, Lucy now coming around. I think he's going to try and creep his shop now, which is what he was going for at the beginning, before all this stuff happened. Let's see if he gets a Scourgebone Chimes too. That would be funny. Anyway, meanwhile, let's see what Protois is doing. He has reached tier 3. He's getting his Orb of Corruption. He's put up a slaughterhouse, but he's not buying anything at it. He has one statue. Lucy also bought the Orb of Corruption, and let's see what item he gets here. Okay, Robe of the Magi. Not the greatest item. Yeah, Lucifer.